Hey everyone, back tonight with the New Testament, with the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 1. It's pretty, excited because, I've been in the Old Testament for so long. I feel like I was never going to get to it, but so I'm excited now that I'm in the Gospels and, going to get into the heart of the Gospel, which is Christ, and continuing the Gospels and continuing on, with the with Acts and of course with Paul's letters and all that good stuff. So it's pretty awesome. I can't wait to get into this. You also got love my shirt that I found in the closet a while ago. I forgot I actually had it. It says "You need Jesus, bro," which I thought was pretty cool. Especially with us getting to the Gospels tonight. So anyway, of course my cross up behind me that me and Kayla made. That kind of goes with what we're talking about tonight. So it's pretty awesome. Anyway, getting with Matthew chapter 1 talks about this. The genealogy of Jesus Christ, which was, of course, Jesus' family tree. It says it's the book of the genealogy of Jesus Christ, the son of David, the son of Abraham. Abraham was the father of Isaac, which, of course, were the Jews. And Isaac was the father of Jacob, who later became Israel. And Jacob, the father of Judah and his brothers, and Judah was the father of Perez and Zimri by Tamar, and Perez the father of Hezron, and Hezron the father of Ram, and Ram the father of Amminadab, and Amminadab the father of Nahshon, and Nahshon the father of Salmon, and Salmon the father of Boaz by Rahab, and Boaz the father of Obed by Ruth, and Obed the father of Jesse, and Jesse the father of David the king. So this goes all the way back to like Jesus. His family tree goes all the way back to David, who was the king of Israel during the time of the Old Testament. And then it goes, of course, Jesse was the father of David as well. And David was the father of Solomon by the wife of Uriah, and Solomon the father of Rehoboam, and Rehoboam the father of Abijah, Abijah the father of Asaph, and Asaph the father of Josaphat, and Josaphat the father of Joram, and Joram the father of Uzziah, and Uzziah the father of Jotham, Jotham the father of Ahaz, and Ahaz the father of Hezekiah, Hezekiah the father of Manasseh, and Manasseh the father of Amos, and Amos the father of Josiah, and Josiah the father of Jechim, and his brothers at the time of the deportation to Babylon. So Jesus has his family tree goes all the way to David, back to David and to Jesse, of course, who was David's father, and it goes all the way back to also to during the time when Babylon attacked Israel, which was actually Judah at the time. So his family tree goes all the way back to then. Whenever it all goes back to the Jews that were attacked by the Babylonians. And after the deportation to Babylon, Jeconiah was the father of Shealtiel, and Shealtiel was the father of Zerubbabel, Zerubbabel the father of Abib, and Abib the father of Elokim, and Elokim the father of Azor, and Azor the father of Zadok, and Zadok the father of Achim, and Achim the father of Elud, and Elud the father of Eleazar, and Eleazar the father of Madam, and Madam the father of Jacob, and Jacob the father of Joseph, the husband of Mary, of whom Jesus was born, who is called Christ. So all the generations from Abraham to David were 14 generations. So it's 14 generations from basically from Abraham to David was 14 generations, and from David to the deportation to Babylon, 14 generations, and from the deportation to Babylon to the Christ, 14 generations. So, I mean, there was a lot of generations between, of course, when actually go all back to Adam. From Adam to Christ, there was a lot of generations between them. But yeah, I mean, it's just amazing how Jesus' family tree goes all the way back to then. It goes all the way back to Adam pretty much. We all do. Because, of course, Adam and Eve were the first human beings on earth. So we all go back to Adam and Eve. So it's pretty awesome how Jesus' family tree goes all the way back to Adam and Eve. To Adam, because like I said, we all came from Adam and Eve because they were the first human beings on earth. It's pretty awesome, though. The birth of Jesus Christ. Now, the birth of Jesus Christ took place in this way. His mother, Mary, had been betrothed to Joseph. It says before they came together, she was found to be with child. So basically, they were together. They were in a way basically dating. And before they were married, she had been found to be pregnant with Jesus. It says she was found to be with child from the Holy Spirit. So of course, she became pregnant through the Holy Spirit. God, through the Holy Spirit, she became pregnant through the Holy Spirit, and to where she got pregnant and was pregnant with Christ. But all that happened before her and Joseph became married. And later on, Joseph thinks that Mary cheated on him and all that, but come to find out, and he has a dream by the angel. Angel reveals to him that God got her pregnant through the Holy Spirit, which she became pregnant with Christ. So it says, and her husband Joseph, being a just man and unwilling to put her to shame, resolved to divorce her quietly. So when Joseph found out that she was pregnant, he wanted to divorce her right then, because this is before they were married. So he was thinking that she had cheated on him and got pregnant, when the truth was that it was God that got her pregnant through the Holy Spirit so that she could, so that Christ could come into the world. So and then before Joseph knew it was God, he thought that it was another man that got her pregnant. So he wanted to divorce her. So basically, he thought that she had committed adultery, which she didn't. So he wanted to divorce her quietly. But as he considered these things, behold, an angel of the Lord appeared to him in a dream, and saying, Joseph, son of David, do not fear to take Mary as your wife, for that which is conceived in her is from the Holy Spirit. She will bear a son, and you shall call his name Jesus, for he will save his people from their sins. All this took place to fulfill what the Lord had spoken by the prophet. Behold, the virgin shall conceive and bear a son, and they shall call his name Emmanuel, which means God with us. When Joseph woke from sleep, he did as the angel of the Lord commanded him. He took his wife, but knew her not until she had given birth to a son, and he called his name Jesus. So they have a little map here. It says Jesus' birth and flight to Egypt. As the time drew near for Jesus to be born, a mandatory Roman census made it necessary for Joseph to return to his ancestral home of Bethlehem. There Mary gave birth to Jesus, and later wise men from the east came to worship him. The wise men's recognition of a new king, however, troubled King Herod and the ruling establishment in Jerusalem. And Herod sought to kill Jesus. Joseph and his family escaped to Egypt and remained there until Herod died. When they returned to Palestine, of course, that was Israel was never back during Jesus' day. It wasn't called Israel; it was actually called Palestine. It says, when they returned to Palestine, they settled in the remote district of Galilee, where Jesus grew up in the northern village of Nazareth, to avoid the attention of the rulers in Jerusalem. So this is chapter 1, pretty much, about that Jesus' family tree, how it traces all the way back to, back to Adam, pretty much. I mean, he goes all the way back to Adam and Eve, which we all do. And of course, he talks about when Jesus was born also. So it's chapter 1. It's a pretty simple chapter. I'll be at chapter 2 here shortly.